Greetings, everyone. Dr. Muhammad here. I promised I would make a video, so I decided just to shoot for an overview video. This is going to be a good resource for everyone who did make one of the meetings, either the one we had on Wednesday the 5th or Thursday the 6th. And it's going to be really great for those of you who still want to go on the trip but were unable to make the meeting. All right, so our agenda was giving some information about contact people, fundraising, resources, and scholarships. So, contacts. Katie Pena is the experiential learning coordinator, even though I keep calling her the study away coordinator, but she is your must stop if you want to go on any study away. So you need to make sure you meet with her and complete the application for the study away program. Now, I've given you a shortcut a link to her availability. It would open to her availability page, and you will simply click the date that you can attend so you can meet with her, get the application information, and I will then get that information so that I can look at your application and approve it. When you complete your application, please take the time to give thorough responses. Don't just say anything because you've already met with me. If you've already met with me in one of my orientations or this fundraising meeting, you still need to completely answer these questions so that when I review them, I know you know what you want to get out of this trip. And then you have my contact information. We also have Professor Henderson. She's going with us. I'm not gonna give you her contact information because I'm pretty much in your is your she's my co-leader. But I'm your the person you need to talk to about the classes. So you have two CC instructors who will be leading this trip, and then you have Katie out of the experiential learning department. All right, so funding. Funding, I wanted to talk about a fundraiser first. So I strongly expect, I can't make you do this, but you see my strong wording here. Everyone is expected to do one fundraiser if you need money. I can't make you do that, but this is my attempt to make you do it, right? So I suggest doing a GoFundMe campaign because they're pretty easy to do. And here's the link for you to go and check it out. I also strongly suggest that you do a group campaign. So don't do it by yourself. Do it with another student who's going on this trip. So I suggest the group GoFundMe because one, you can divide the work and then get the collective benefit of having other people to work with as you get that money. I also think it looks good to do a collective group to say, hey, look at this small group of us students working together to enrich our intercultural skills, our learning skills, our global workplace skills. Just look at us and help us together. Now, you can also do an individual GoFundMe. It's completely up to you. I'm going to have another meeting. I might do two, it's not going to be a meeting. I'm going to have two workshops about how to set up your GoFundMe, whether you're doing that individually or with a small group. I will tell you what those dates are as soon as I figure them out. I want to have one, I would like to have two this month of November, but we will see how that works. So, yeah, you might want to check out the GoFundMe site. And then the workshop meetings. Now, this is an example of how you might approach putting together a GoFundMe campaign. So I've given you links here to the GoFundMe page if you want to just tinker around there and look at some examples. And then this is the draft. Look, it all says draft on there, but this is a draft of an overview of how you might put together a small group GoFundMe campaign. So this is the stuff we will go over in another meeting dedicated only to the GoFundMe process. So as I said here, I'm going to offer two workshops, 45 minutes, I said here, and my goal is to offer those before Thanksgiving, and I'll get you those details as soon as possible. Other resources, if you do not have a passport, um, or you have a passport that needs renewing, I'm strongly suggesting that you attend the passport party that's being held by the Department of Experiential Learning. All of the details are here. Click this button here. It'll take you to the RSVP page so you could RSVP for that site. It's open to any GRCC student, even if you don't have to be going on the study abroad to attend the party. However, there is a benefit for students who attend the passport party and are signed up to go on a trip that we are really doing our due diligence to try to make sure we can accept donations to provide small grants that will help you pay for your passport. That is an absolute not promise, but this is something we're working on because passport is an additional cost that sometimes we overlook. So if you need a passport, come to the passport party. If you're going to go on one of the trips, and if we have funds, you may get funds to actually pay for your passport. Um, and passport is roughly $165-ish. So other resources, I've given you the link to the Study Away site and Radar Connect. So I have those open here. Study Away is just to let you go right to our web page here and you can see all of the study aways that are available this coming summer. And then the Radar Connect. This is just a source I think students should start using. You can see basically this is the inter-student communication at GRCC. Our mascot name are we're the Raiders, so that's why it's called Raider Connect. You have your Raider card. It'll show you student events. You can find things, sign up for them. It'll show you all of the student organizations. You might want to join one. If you do, this is the easiest way to find all of our 73 organizations. Click on something you're interested in, and it's as easy as what? Oh, you have to sign in. So I don't have the join button, but you sign in using your GRCC logon information. But even without being signed in, I can see all these student organizations. I can see events. Study Away has a site here, so I'm gonna look up Study Away, right? So here's the organization for Study Away, and you will be able to find lots of information. Can I access the application here? Oh, look at that. Learn something new every day. Um, I actually can go right there and access the application. Did not know that until I just did this video. So there you go. But you still have to meet with our coordinator, even though I just found a way to access the application. Um, but this showing you some events, right? So there's the passport party, and then there is that one's already done. This one's coming up. So yeah, that's Radar Connect, and I'm giving you that because I think all students should use it as a resource. There are three scholarships I want to tell you about, and I've kind of listed them here in the order of I think how much application it is to fill out. This first one, the GRCC BHMS scholarship, this is an internal scholarship. It will give students anywhere from $500 to $2,000 for a study abroad trip that they're taking at GRCC. You should apply for it. It will open December 1st. And I've given you a link to the direct scholarship. And I've given you the link to all our GRCC scholarships. So if you have not looked at all of our scholarships, you probably want to take a look at that. Sometimes there are a lot of scholarships here. Yeah. And so you have the link to that specific one also. Okay. So again, it's not open right now, but it will be open December 1st. The next scholarship is the Fund for Education Abroad Scholarship, and it is expected to reopen in this month, November or December. It should reopen for been able to be used for the summer study abroad, and it will give you anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000. So if you go to that site right now, it says it's closed, but you want to monitor it. It should be opening again soon. And then the last scholarship is the Gilman Scholarship. This scholarship is kind of intense. You have to write at least 4 essays. Some people find that intense. I'm like, hey, if you're getting money, write the essays. So takes you to this link. This is a scholarship too. I think it tops out at about $5,000. But the cool thing about the Gilman is they actually offer website, Zoom information or meetings that you can sign up for to get help with how to fill out their application. Another student who's going on this trip actually attended some of those Zoom meetings and found them very helpful for helping fill out the essays and the application. So those are the 3 scholarships. You should apply to them all. And think about it this way. If you did a GoFundMe, say you did it individual or with a small group, if you did a GoFundMe and you raised, $1,500 to $2,000, and you got one of these scholarships, just one of these scholarships, you get say you got the BHMS for $2,000. Well, that's almost 90% of the cost, $4,000. Um, and then contributing out of your own pocket. So I do think if you give some planning and do some fundraising and apply for all 3 of the scholarships, you should not have to come out of pocket for too much of this trip or any other trip that you might take. Um, for the study abroad program. Yes, I want you to stay with me in Barbados, but you know what? I want you to study abroad more than anything else. So, this is just an example of some action items when you get them done. If you attended a meeting or you talked with me, you can go ahead and check that off. If you've already met with Katie and completed your application, look, you check that off. If you already have a passport, boom, check that off. Um, if you once you decide if you want to do a GoFundMe, um, you could attend one of the workshops. You can check that off. Or just decide you're going to do one and, do it on your own, check it off, and then apply for all the scholarships. So that's just an example of like you should also probably create your own action items and timeline for getting things done. That's it. I hope the meeting was helpful if you attended that. And if not, here's the video, and I hope this video is helpful as you get going on your study away process. You will hear from me once I get applications approved. You will hear from me about the GoFundMe meeting. We won't have lots of meetings. You will hear from me via email once I notice that the scholarships are open. And once you have to start making your down payments for paying for the trip through the vendor, you'll hear from me via email then. The other last thing I want to say is Katie, the coordinator, she does send out a monthly newsletter. So you're going to want to start looking at that newsletter for additional information that I have no idea about, but it's going to be helpful. All right, that's it. Have a great whatever time of day it is for you when you're looking at this video.